I have friends who are victims, and it's not something that you ever get over.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about Real Housewives of Potomac, and this episode was, you know, a little triggering. So I just want to give that a heads up, just by the topics that we were, talked about in this episode. But y'all, I just feel like, it was a decent episode. Just move the story along. But y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
All right, so we open up the episode with Karen talking to Ray.
Results from my cardiologist. You dropped the ball. I know you're a super busy man, okay? But when I ring the phone, and you're like,
we know that Karen over here has a 5% blockage, and basically with her heart condition, and she's just like, oh my God, Ray, you're not over here, you're not focusing on me, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. I'm just
like you're so busy.
Timing is everything.
Timing my ass. I should be the priority.
At the end of the day, Ray is over here 100 years old. Like, cut him some slack. But I get how it can be very much concerning. She's want him to, a little bit more patience and, be more attentive to her needs. And she's like, I'm the priority. I'm just like, yes ma'am. So it is what it is, right? Also in this episode we see Candiace over here driving and she calls her mom because she finds out she went to her doctor's appointment and she had 2 lumps. She thinks it's probably her lymph node.
Read the report and said that it does appear to just be a lymph node. But I just don't feel good about it.
But, they were just like, we'll figure it out when the time comes. We just monitor it. And she was like, okay, we can do something about it. Why are we monitoring it? And I totally agree where it's just like, especially with black women, like throughout, like I feel there's so many things that happen where people aren't being proactive about their healthcare. And for them to say, oh, we'll monitor it when it could be something that was very serious. Look over there in Miami with Gertie, thank God she found it in stage 1, but you just never know. So I feel I'm with Candiace, like, we're not going to just monitor it. We need to do something about it and be proactive, right? So she called her mom and tell her that. But we see Candiace meet Nneka at a restaurant, right?
And then for you,
A lemon drop and then the lamb chops.
okay. Thank you. No problem.
The food here is really good.
You've been here before?
I have.
So here's my thing. If I was beefing with somebody, especially like this whole situation with Nneka, and Nneka's over here pressed over Wendy, pressed as a panini. If I was beefing with someone and my best friend went out to lunch with them to get a relationship with, to have a friendship with them, cool. I'm like, do what you got to do. But me as a person, I'm taking a step back from our friendship, just a little minor step, nothing crazy, but I'm just like, I gotta see what's going on with this because this girl, we not cool, and she been coming for me, and you see her do thumbs down. Like Candiace had front row of all that, so it does seem kind of fishy that now you want to sit up in her face and then be like, oh hey girl, kiki, and you want to kiki, and it's Wendy's op.
Feel like we can move forward independent of Wendy. I need to feel like there's hope for you all to have a conversation.
Candiace is my girl, right? But I find it funny that she's like, Nneka, you called Wendy a bitch, this, that, and the third, and that's just not right. That shouldn't be the first thing that you say. And the producers had to roll the tape back because we know Candiace, one thing she got, the girl got a reckless ass mouth. I ain't mad at it, but girl. The producers literally have Candiace in 4K, just over here calling everybody bitches, old, bogus forehead ass bitch, everything, right?
Crazy to you, your inclination is to call them a bitch. Shady bitch moment. Like, kept ass bitch. Good eye on that bulbous ass forehead bitch.
They start talking about the whole Robin situation, and she's just like, yeah, Robin over here's coming for you, blah, 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 blah. Y'all over here having it out. Like, why can't you, just have a conversation and sit down? She just explained, like, look, after all the stuff she's done to me, and I feel like Candiace can't take responsibility. I feel like she does take responsibility, and then she doesn't. Because regardless, Candiace, you did start talking about Robin after everything came out, but rightfully so, because when that all came out, in your head you know that Gizelle is over here playing games, and you know how Gizelle is. So for Robin just to be over here aloof and just like, girl, I don't no, and then talk about at the reunion, no married man should be in a hotel room with a woman. Find it strange. I wonder how Wendy feels about Candiace actually having lunch with Nneka. I mean, we get it for the show. And to be honest, their friendship seems like it's going to blossom very well. They talk about, you know, both trying to have kids, and, you know, Nneka's over here talking about she's trying to take a long time to have kids. But for me, that storyline for me has run stale. To be honest, she's probably going to be a one and done. I don't see her coming back.
Y'all forgot to say that Wendy, she sits down with her mother and they're talking about the whole situation with Nneka, Lebe, that we don't know. And basically her mother revealed, like, she's like, yeah, you know, Lebe is like a daughter to me. She's like this and the third. So to me, from what her mother said, it make it seem like, you know, she's a family friend. Like they know her.
Her and Lebe had a falling out.
Okay.
And you know, I take Lebe as my daughter. The way she...
So when Wendy's talking about, oh, you know, that's my sister's friend, blah, 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 that can all be true, but it does look weird. And Wendy's face was just like, girl, shut up.
So Mia, Gordon, Juan, Robin all meet out at a cooking class, right? And I find it so funny with Robin's reaction to Mia versus Robin's reaction to Candiace.
Girl, the story sounds crazy. Like, batshit crazy. To me, I feel like the story sounds like BS.
Mia and Candiace said the same thing, but I guess where her calling Robin a fraud is what made her upset, because that's the clip that they keep showing. Like, what do you say about Robin? Oh, she a fraud. That's the same thing you keep saying. But Mia had the same question. She was like, okay, I don't believe, you know, Juan was over here just going up there just to see her, and to, you know, it is what it was. So she asked Juan face to face. She was like, okay, so, you know, I heard the story from Robin, but, you know, what happened? What's going on? Did you go to the hotel? Did you, you know, do this? He was like, no, I went to the hotel. She was like, okay.
Whatever.
So did you really put your credit card in?
No, I paid for the room.
You can do that over the phone?
No.
Or you went?
I went to the hotel.
It's snowing? Y'all got me.
He's like, yeah, you know, I went to the hotel because, you know, she said that she did have her car and she was over here distraught and this and the third. My whole thing is like, what brought her to Maryland? What brought her to the hotel? You paid, like, everything just looks sketchy, right? And my whole thing is, if Juan was knee deep in that punani, would Robin ever say that? I don't think she would, because she know how that would look. That they just got married and all of a sudden, boom, 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 right? But the way that Juan responded to Mia was very much like even killed, like nothing too crazy. He just like explained it, boom, 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 boom. First of all, shout out to Mia for getting the mess. Yes, ma'am. She got what we needed, right?
Okay, so next time.
I don't need it next time.
just
I'm a grown man. I made a mistake.
And I just feel like, I don't know why Robin's so hypersensitive with the whole situation, but I feel like majority is like puppet strings from Gizelle, being that Giselle's always on mute now. I don't know, but shout out to Mia for getting the mess. Thank you, girl. So we see Gizelle in the car with her daughter, and basically they over here talking about she about to leave in a month, and Giselle's basically, you know, I feel like she's having like early symptoms of separation anxiety. And like I said, anything with Gizelle and her daughters grounds her for me and give her some redeeming qualities. So I like that aspect. And like, for me, in my experience, when I went to college, I wished my mom felt like that about me, because I feel like my mom was ready for me to leave, and like it wasn't emotional. It was just like, okay, here you go, bye. Mind you, for 18 years I've lived with one of my parents, or both at the same time, or at least one. So, but now being alone on my own on a campus in another city, I don't know. It felt like a little bit of abandonment issues that I have on that situation. But I don't know. It's just like one of those things where I'm just like, I would love for my parents, like, oh my God, I'm gonna miss you so much. Like, I'm gonna miss you so much. So shout out to Gizelle for, you know, building that strong relationship with her daughter. Right towards the end of the episode, the ladies talked about it was the event for, you know, SA survivors, and it was like, you know, very powerful.
Hi, look. Are we putting donations down here?
There's one thing I know about these women. They're gonna show up.
Message. Karen, you know, she talked about in previous seasons that, you know, she was SA'd. Then we find out that, you know, Candiace and Robin, and we had like one this young lady that she did play the song. It was really beautiful. It was very touching, and I'm just like, you know, it's sad that, you know, all of these women have an experience of, you know, I didn't really know what this was, but I didn't have, you know, the right to give consent. And it's just a very, very triggering situation.
Experience when I was a teenager, I was unable to give consent.
And, you know, shout out to them for being comfortable enough to open up and tell us about their experiences.
Very triggering for me because of my own experiences that I had at the hands of a family member.
And, you know, my heart goes out to them because I can only imagine how someone would feel so helpless and out of control.
I didn't even realize that what had happened to me was what it was.
Mia, she gets up in the middle of the first of all, Mia looked gorgeous. That blue, I was like, yes ma'am. But she gets up, she got very emotional, and she talks about how Jacqueline's boyfriend took advantage of her, and, you know, they didn't really go into super details, but I mean,
because Jacqueline did leave me that night, and because of the sequence of events that happened after she left, I think over the years.
So Ashley gets up, she goes to comfort her, and yeah, you know, that was basically at the end of the episode. Her and Karen was hugging. It was a very powerful moment, and, you know, I know a lot of people feel shamed, and a lot of people would when those situations happen, they try to get their power back, and they want to feel like, you know, I'm in control, I have the power. And, you know, I want people to know that, you know, I stand with victims, and I want to be an ally and someone that supports and not questions. But yeah, that was really the episode. It really wasn't that much to go with the episode. However, watch what happens live.
Aaron, Ashley, and Charisse, where you're able to move forward, but when it comes to Wendy and Candiace, you can't interact with them, clear the air, make an effort to understand them.
Gizelle goes up there with Renee, right? From she sings, you know, she got a little da da da, and also she's in the movie Mean Girls. So a fan asked a question about accountability and why does Gizelle move the goalposts for Wendy and Candiace instead of Charisse, Ashley, and Karen. So she's saying that because I'm able to have a grown woman conversation with them. The other two, I'm not able to have a conversation with them because they're not accountable.
If they're talking, but
Okay.
and they're accountable for everything that they've done.
Okay.
To me, and I'm like Miss Apologies.
I'm like, accountability? I'm like, and this is why I say Gizelle is never held accountable, not by the ladies, but by the show. Constantly moving the goalposts. She can never have a conversation. She never can say, you're like, you know what? I went too far. I apologize. But what you said about me pissed me off. I get why you said it because I went for you. Gizelle never think that she's wrong, and that's the problem. But Gizelle haven't apologized to Candiace none. But the way that you alluded that he was doing something else is the problem. And she's not registering that. You said that he was a sneaky link. He was over here at the hotel, DMing Ashley's friends. Like, it was so many different things that's trying to allude to the fact that he was over here doing something underhanded. And then when the young lady came out, a month or two ago, before the season started, came out and said that she was over here with Chris Bassett, when in fact she wasn't, and she lied. To be honest, Candiace, you should go ahead and go take it legal, because you're not gonna just spread lies and just I lied. No ma'am.
And accept it, and we are able to move forward. I can't do that with these other ladies.
You are Miss Apology.
I am.
How do you think the other ladies would respond?
Sorry, there's consequences for the words that you say if you don't say allegedly. So I just feel like with Gizelle, like, Gizelle is the root of why the show is bad. She has not engaged this season. She has not did anything. She avoids conflict, and she avoids it because she knows she's gonna get red. And for me, when people say Gizelle is one of the best house, no, she's not. If she was one of the best housewives, she would be able to stand in at 10 toes no matter what comes at her way. She's not at all. So at the end of the day with Gizelle, I really had nothing to give her, because if she could just be accountable, and the reunion's coming up soon, so hopefully we can have some miracle. But the production gonna have to do something. We already heard that Eric already here gone, and then so it just depends on what happens there. But y'all, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black Butte. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a God stop a jolly, break your head here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. too sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around, cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't even get with the shit. You wanna go toe to toe with my flow? It's fabricated, all I really asking for.